Good morning, everybody. I'm just starting a new thing that says smash the screen. That means for everything. What that means is hit the hearts or the thumbs up or whatever it is. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the like button. If you're on TikTok, that means smash the hearts or whatever. You know, we'll take some galaxies or whatever. All the stuff you guys, TikTok lingo, you already know what I'm talking about. And if you're on Instagram, you know, like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. And if you're on Facebook, same thing. Okay. So wherever you are catching, streaming, listening to us streaming, let us know. Where are you guys this morning? Now, my mom said yesterday, Don, I see a lot of people saying you need to start on time. I said, I'm going to start on time tomorrow. But let me tell you the story of what happened. Now, listen to my story about a man named Don. So I went out. My mom is here. I think I told you guys that, by the way. You guys need one of these if you don't have one. The Don Lemon Show here. If you don't have one, you need one. And this one is for the show later, Lemon Live. Okay, so I was telling people my mom stayed. My family was here 2 weeks ago. My mom has been here, I think, a week or so by herself. She decided to extend her stay. It is a lot. But anyway, she's my mom. I love her. I got a lot of stuff we're dealing with her. She's 83 years old. You know, there's some things that I need to have her get through her head, that she needs help. She's no longer, 30, 40, 50 like me. She's like me, she's getting older. And so she's staying around here, hanging out with us. And so I went out to dinner with friends and they said, you know what, you should take your mom to the museum. And I said, you know what, you're right. I was thinking about it. So I don't know if you guys know who Amy Sherrill is. Amy Sherrill is an artist. She painted Michelle Obama's portrait, when she left the White House, the official portrait. And so her show is ending this week at the Whitney Museum here in New York City. So, and long story short, we were supposed to leave and go somewhere else to Long Island, but I decided to stay in the city and I had broken my whole thing down. So I had to set it all back up this morning. So I'm going to take my mom to see Amy Sherrill, who is the official portraiture. How do you say that? Portraitress of Michelle Obama, the former first lady, the forever first lady. And then there is another show that I want to take her to see, which is great. And that's Jack Whitten. Jack Whitten is at MoMA and it's called The Messenger. It's an exhibition. It's going to explore the full range of Whitten's innovative art over his nearly 6-decade career, showing more than 175 works from 1960s to the 2010s, including paintings, sculptures, whatever. And it's also, so he began his career in the civil rights movement. So I thought it would be great for my mom to see it. Let me know if you guys have seen those. Let me know if you know Amy Sherrill is. And so just fantastic work by these people. Let's see. I'm going to slow it down here because, because we can. See if I can find some of his stuff. But anyway, Jack Whitten is really, really, really great. This is Jack. And that's him. That's a self-portrait. And then he's just done some really great stuff starting from the civil rights movement on. But just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful works. And so I want my mom to go see it because she doesn't get that in Louisiana where she is. And then I'll show you Amy Sherrill that I want you to see. Amy Sherrill at the Whitney. Amy Sherrill is at the Whitney, and you guys will recognize this portrait of her, which was the official portrait. This is the official portrait that she did of the First Lady. Remember that? Michelle Obama. And so this show is now at the Whitney Museum here in New York City, and it is controversial. So Amy Sherrill also has been in the news because it's a controversy over, did you guys hear? Her exhibition, which is now at the Whitney, it was supposed to go on to the Smithsonian. And there was a portrait of a trans woman in there. The Smithsonian wanted her to take it out or to move it or whatever because they are afraid of what's happening with the administration and so on and so forth. And Amy Sherrill said no. I'm not doing that. I'm not kowtowing. I'm not changing my art because of fear or because of, someone else may be concerned or because people have issues with trans people. This is America. This is about free speech. And so Amy Sherrill said no. And so Amy Sherrill is now again, and if you're here, go see her if you can. The Whitney, it closes this week. I wish I would have promoted this sooner, but I just didn't think about it. But anyway, she is the official portraiture of Michelle Obama. And she said, no, I'm not doing it. She stood up. And so I think her work is going to go up, and I commend her. So Amy Sherrill, brava. And I know her. She is she's a dream. Okay. And so we're going to go see Whitney and Sherrill today. Hopefully we can get it in and then come and be back in time live at 5. Okay. So that's why I'm all disheveled. I'm trying to do something good for my mom. I'm trying to expand, have her keep growing at the age of 83. Tell her to listen to me. Tell her to get some better help. All right. You guys tell her. Okay. So we have a lot. Look, it is Epstein. My thing says, just release the damn files. Just release the files. Everything he does, he's just trying to, oh my gosh, he just wants to divert your attention to something else other than the files. I'm going to show you that. But I do want to start because there is some breaking news from someone. Do you guys want to hear about the former Vice President Kamala Harris? The supposed to be president right now. Do you guys want to hear some news about her? And then we're going to get to the Donald Trump distraction of the Epstein files of it all. And boy, there is a lot. Okay. Here is Kamala Harris just this morning making an announcement about her future and her present. Here it is right now.
Stand by, Don. Andy's internet crashed. He'll be right back.
No. See, that happens, guys. You guys are like asking me, why aren't you there? What's going on? So there's nothing. We got nothing, right?
Not just yet. Stand by. I'll look.
But I got you, babe. And I got other folks. Is it the whole internet or is it just the thing that plays out our stuff?
Andy said internet, not MIDI. It's the entire internet.
Yeah, I had internet this morning. I had some internet issues. My internet went out as I was feeding Andy the ad breaks for this morning. But anyways, so should I spoil it or should I let Kamala Harris do it? Someone said, let her retire, talking about my mom. My mom is retired. Oh, you mean Kamala Harris. You're talking about Kamala Harris. Yeah. I got you, babe. This is what you call when you're do what I do dancing. They say we're young and we don't know. Won't find out until we grow. Anybody old enough to remember that? Okay. So, no internet. Andy has no internet. So it's just going to be us talking this morning, I guess. Andy needs some Mint Mobile. That's what we need to work on. So Andy, let us know when there's internet. Nikki, you don't have it in your system, do you? I should have put it in mine because I think I could have played some of the stuff.
All the actual files. No, I have the link. I can try and share it, but I don't know if the audio will come through. Let me, if we want the Kamala one, give me about 2 minutes. I'll have
835 minutes.
Not quite.
About 835 minutes. So look, Donald Trump is over in Scotland this morning. Well, he has been. I shouldn't say this morning. He has been over in Scotland, and even there on the golf course, there's some interesting things that he's happening because he's playing some of the music in his golf cart from La Boheme, and it appears that he doesn't want to hear the questions coming from the media as he is doing that. And so I'm still getting in. Andy says he's resetting his internet. And so that is happening. And then I'm going to show you all of the times that Donald Trump, the things that he doesn't like, the things that he believes are not beneficial to him, he calls them a hoax. And he calls them a hoax because he just doesn't want to deal with it. But let me give you the breaking news about what's happening. You tell me if you're gonna participate in what Kamala Harris is doing, if you're happy for her, if you think she should retire. She made an announcement yesterday saying she's not going to run for governor in California. And she said, my next thing, she said, won't be in public life for now. So let's see.
Just over a year ago, I launched my campaign for president of the United States. 107 days.
Here we go.
Just over a year ago, I launched my campaign for President of the United States. 107 days, traveling the country, fighting for our future. The shortest presidential campaign in modern history. It was intense, high stakes, and deeply personal for me and for so many of you. Since leaving office, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on those days, talking with my team, my family, my friends, and pulling my thoughts together. In essence, writing a journal that is this book, 107 Days. With candor and reflection, I've written a behind-the-scenes account of that journey. I believe there's value in sharing what I saw, what I learned, and what I know it will take to move forward. In writing this book, one truth kept coming back to me. Sometimes the fight takes a while, but I remain full of hope, and I remain clear-eyed. I will never stop fighting to make our country reflect the very best of its ideals, always on behalf of the people. So thank you for being in this fight with me. I am forever grateful, and I cannot wait for you to read this, and I'll see you out there. Take care.
Wow. Okay. That is the former Vice President Kamala Harris announcing that she is what? She has a book coming out. So some of you folks knew about it and you said, hey, I've already bought her book. Tammy in the comments is saying, I'm disappointed that she's not running in California, here in California. She said her heart wasn't in it. And if her heart's not in it, Tammy, then why should she do it? It's the very same thing that very similar things that people are saying about Andrew Cuomo here in New York City, is that his heart was not in running for mayor. And therefore, he should not have done it, because look at what happened to him in the polls. Someone says, I wish you were our president. A lot of people do. We would not be in the position that we're in now, dealing with things that are not based in fact or reality, or a grifter, or someone who is making money off of the presidency, someone who is hiding files that will protect that files that do mention convicted folks for crimes against children, etc., against young people. And so those are the things that would not have happened if Kamala Harris had become president of the United States. And you are right. Old people be knowing. And Kamala Harris, I'm not saying she's old. That's just a saying, means she's wise. So she knows what's best for her. Okay? Lyd D says she's buying her book. You guys let me know if you're buying it. It's sure to be. That book will be a bestseller. Obviously, 100% it will be a New York Times bestseller. And I think it'll probably sell better than all of the books that have been going against Democrats, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so you know how Donald Trump calls everything a hoax that he doesn't like, and I'm going to play it for you, okay? So Donald Trump, everything's a hoax. That's why I say about this whole thing is Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. He would rather divert attention from every single thing that is happening, all right? And what I love and what I'm going to show you, and you're going to find this fascinating, is that this is from Politico. Politico has 47 things that Donald Trump would rather talk about than Jeffrey Epstein. And we're going to go through all of them. But first, I just want to show you his history of lying to people and his history of calling things fake, even though they're real, to try to bend reality in his favor. He is a master at it somewhat. It works for his cult folks, followers, the MAGA cult people, but it doesn't work for average, smart Americans. So here's Donald Trump on everything's a hoax. Remember that.
Talking about all of this with the global warming and that, a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. They didn't know what to say, so they made up the whole Russia hoax. Now it's turning out that the hoax has turned around. A brilliant jurist, a man that did nothing wrong, a man that was caught up in a hoax that was set up by the Democrats. I think we had a tremendous week with the hoax, the great hoax. They call it the impeachment hoax. Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. You know that, right? Coronavirus. Think of it. And this is their new hoax. There is nobody that feels more strongly about our soldiers, our wounded warriors, our soldiers that died in war than I do. It's a hoax. With this unhinged, insurrection hoax that we're all going through now. But with this insurrection hoax that they're doing, but the insurrection hoax, the radical Democrats are putting our country into a two-tiered system of justice because the public understands it's a hoax, it's a scam, it's a political witch hunt. I call it the Epstein hoax. The Epstein hoax. The Epstein hoax.
Yeah, it's the Epstein hoax. When before he was saying, well, we need to find out, it's the Democrats. It's all Bill Clinton was on the plane, blah, 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 blah. It's a hoax, except it's not a hoax. And I went out and spoke to a lot of people who want those files released, and we'll play some of it for you if we can get Andy back. Well, let's go through this. Okay, so I'm glad we have this up. These are 47 things that Donald Trump would rather talk about than Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so let's go through them, please. Scroll through, please, Nikki, if you have them, or Andy, whoever has this stuff. Okay, so here we go. 47 things that Donald Trump would rather talk about, because that's all he's doing. Remember, reprimanding Rosie O'Donnell. Amid early signs of rebellion from within the MAGA circles over the Epstein case, Trump took aim at longtime foe, actor or actress Rosie O'Donnell, threatening to strip her of her U.S. citizenship. The president has no clear legal pathway to revoke the citizenship of the New York-born comedian. Now, remember, now he is saying, oh, Democrats can't take a joke. That just shows you how much of a hoax it is, because they didn't realize that I was joking about Rosie O'Donnell. Donald Trump has had a stick up his butt about Rosie O'Donnell forever. Remember Rosie O'Donnell in the debate for 2016, which really set him on the wrong side, or Megyn Kelly on the wrong side of Donald Trump. She has since kissed his ass and made up. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, here's Donald Trump talking about Rosie O'Donnell. No Rosie. There we go.
But you don't know why. I mean, the country's doing better. As I said, it's the hottest country in the world right now. And you'd think they'd be happy. And I sort of, with a little fun, said, well, we're thinking about not allowing Rosie back into the country because she's very bad for our country and things. And she's gone crazy. No, she's a different kind of a person.
She's more famous than she ever was.
Oh, she's probably doing better than she ever did. Yeah, she never did great, but she's doing better than she ever did.
Yeah.
It's sort of funny. I guess it really, the big moment was the debate, when we had the debate. And I said, only Rosie O'Donnell, when they mentioned lots of bad things. I said, only Rosie O'Donnell.
And the whole audience burst into laughter.
But it's funny. You're right. She may be doing better than ever before. Maybe that's okay.
What is it? What is that? What is that? Why are they smiling about him? Yeah, you can feel how you want about Rosie O'Donnell, but then you have him, calling her a pig and all that stuff. And you have this woman there smiling, and like, what is that? Who is that woman, by the way? And why are they laughing about this? And him to say Rosie O'Donnell never did great. Rosie O'Donnell had one of the most successful talk shows in American history. Rosie O'Donnell is one of the most successful comedians in American history. Rosie O'Donnell is one of the most successful actresses in American history. Do you remember her movie with Madonna? It's like, what are you talking about, Donald Trump? I think people like Rosie O'Donnell more than they like you. And he's surprised that Rosie O'Donnell that she may be doing better than ever. Why would that woman even do that interview? Why wouldn't she challenge him on something? And I think this is the reason why he does not like Rosie O'Donnell.
There he is, hair looping, going, everyone deserves a second chance, and I'm going to give her a second chance. This hair is perfect for that. Your hair is perfect for that. Listen, he annoys me on a multitude of levels. He's the moral authority. Left the first wife, had an affair. Left the second wife, had an affair. Had kids both times, but he's the moral compass for 20-year-olds in America. Donald, sit and spin, my friend. I don't enjoy him. No.
There wasn't a conservative on the set. What was her name? She's laughing too. Wow. Shocking. So he would rather talk about Rosie O'Donnell, and he's upset because Rosie O'Donnell got it. By the way, when I said she had one of the most successful talk shows in American history, I forgot. She had her talk show, but then she also did The View. Like, Rosie is a powerhouse. And then she has the Rosie Cruise. It's like, come on, man. Give me a break. He's such hate. He's like, he thinks unless you support him or unless you're like 100% on board with him, then you're not doing well. Sorry, Donald Trump. Not so true. Not so true. Okay, now back to this, Nikki. Let's go back to the Politico story. Other things that Donald Trump would rather talk about. We can go through. That was Rosie O'Donnell. The next one is what? Where are we going? Oh, defending Pam Bondi. He would rather discuss that than the actual Epstein files. Okay, so here's what he said about this, because he's defending Pam Bondi. Donald Trump said, "What is going on with my boys? In some cases, gals. They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and the selfish people are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein over and over again." Well, Donald Trump, you can blame yourself for that, and your MAGA folks, and the conspiracy theorists, and the MAGA brain people who don't believe in facts. That's who you can blame for that, not the Democrats. Jeffrey Epstein never dies? That is bizarre because the man is dead. Donald Trump will do anything to divert attention from what? The Epstein files. And all of that writing up on the screen and posting, you know what would solve it? If you would just release the Epstein files. More now from Politico. Scroll through it, please. Let's put it back up there. More from Politico. Okay, he would rather talk about what? The Red Sox, their winning streak. Okay, keep going. Keep scrolling, please. He'd also love to talk about the Department of Education cuts. Of course, keep scrolling, please. He'd also love to talk about that he was saved by God in Butler. He loves to talk about that. Now, by the way, I'm just saying, again, this is what's been reported, that there are people who are suspicious and they don't believe that this was up and up. There's new information out that shows the Secret Service escorting photographers for what appears to be a photo op in Butler as all of this is going on. And people have been examining it going, wait a minute, is this a hoax? Is this a real hoax? Was this set up? Now that is from the reports. So far, no one has proven that. But if you've seen the video, there are folks who believe that the whole thing was a sham. And there is some new reporting and investigating of such. So he'd rather talk about that. Up next, Donald Trump would rather talk about what else? Touting Texans wins. Okay, who cares about the Texans? Whatever, if that's your team, fine. Keep going. Jeff Van Drew and Windmills. You've heard all about the Windmills for Donald Trump as he is over in Scotland. You know he hates the Windmills because of his golf course. It has nothing to do with the actual facts of what windmills do and what they don't do. He just does not like them because it does not bode well, he believes, for his what? For his golf courses. So there you go with the Donald and such. Okay. More on that. By the way, we're having some technical difficulties this morning. I just want to tell you, Andy's computer went out. No update from Andy, right, guys? We're still here. I'm still dancing. We're still talking about this.
No
Yes.
update yet, but I am pulling things in as fast as I can.
Yeah. So does that mean we have no what do we do about the ads? Because we don't have our ad resources, correct?
This is correct. So I think you're going to have to do it live.
Okay, no, I'll do it live, but we just don't have the resources of things that should go with it. So we'll do it and we'll see. Okay. So
let me see. I think I can get them together. So give me about 60 seconds and I think we'll be good.
So here we go. I have to contact Verizon. Nothing is working so far. Andy, that is, look, maybe our first ad should probably be Mint Mobile this morning because perhaps we need some Mint Mobile if the Verizon is not working out. because I have Verizon, and does it go out? I'm not going to say. But anyways, so anyway, we can take that down. So we're having some technical problems this morning. And you know what? For once, I'm happy that the technical problems is not me. We did have some this morning before the show. The camera was glitchy, so it caused us to go on about 5 minutes late. But yes, we are going to do it live. But if I do it live, I just want to make sure that I do our sponsors right, because I want to make sure that we have their resources up. Because there are things that we need to put on the screen in order to fulfill our obligation to the sponsors. And I want to make sure that I do that. Okay. So here we are. And here we go. All right. So support for the Don Lemon Show today comes from Magic Spoon. Now, you know, like you, I grew up loving cereal. Okay. And I stopped cereal for a long time. Saturday morning cartoons, a big bowl of something sweet. But now I need something that tastes really great, but actually fuels me. And that is where Magic Spoon comes in. Okay. It is a cereal that you loved as a kid, reimagined with 13 grams of protein, 0 sugar, none, and just 4 net carbs. It's perfect if you're watching your carbs or you just want a better, healthy breakfast. Okay. And the flavors, fruity cocoa, frosted, they take you right back. They also make treats like crispy bars with 12 grams of protein in flavors like marshmallow, chocolate, peanut butter, dark chocolate. It's great for the gym. It's great for travel or those late night cravings. By the way, I hide them in the house and I just forgot that I hid them somewhere. And I need to get some out because Tim will eat them. And so I hide them. So it's great for travel and the gym and all of that and all those late night cravings. So try it today. Get $5 off of magicspoon.com at magicspoon.com/lemon or find it on Amazon or at your grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/lemon. Okay. And support for the show today comes from, how appropriate is this sponsorship? It comes from Mint Mobile. You know what doesn't belong in your summer plans, and that is a wireless bill that drains your wallet. While you're planning beach trips and barbecues, the last thing you should be stressed about is overpaying for phone service. And that is why so many switch to Mint Mobile. You get the same coverage and speed that you're used to for way less money. And right now, Mint Mobile is offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans have high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. So you can keep your phone number, you can keep your contacts, you can keep all of it. And so we have tried it. The sales team has tried it. We need to do it. Our production team needs to get on it, right? The service is crystal clear for the sales team, totally reliable, and use plenty of data, unlimited data with no issues. So this year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank and get your 3-month unlimited plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/DonLemon. That's mintmobile.com/DonLemon. I need to tell you that there's an upfront payment of $45 that is required. That's the equivalent of $15 a month. It's for a limited time only for customers for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 GB on unlimited plans. So taxes and fees are extra. So see Mint Mobile for specific details. So thank you so much to our sponsors. Now, back to our program. Okay, let's see where we are now. There is a root. This thing that's on Politico will show you all the things that he is concerned about, and also what the distraction that is happening on the golf course in Scotland, on the golf courses in Scotland, as he made his way overseas. Here's Donald Trump on the golf courses, listening to, which appears to be an opera. I think it's La Boheme. I'm not sure, but anyway. Here it is because he doesn't want to take reporters' questions. Listen.
And this, President, even the golf sounds different.
Are you enjoying the Scottish hospitality?
There were Sky News questions, sure.
Mr. Trump, can you escape the Jeffrey Epstein crisis?
Maybe that's why we heard this.
What's that song?
I don't know, it's very famous.
It's from a musical.
Yeah.
We will not let him forget either. We're not going to let him forget here on the Don Lemon Show as well. We'll not let him forget. By the way, just to show you, Donald Trump is cheating on the golf course and his caddies are helping him. Perhaps this was a distraction. Yeah, that's Donald Trump. He cannot escape the Epstein files. He's trying, but it is not happening. Is that another golf course thing that I see there, Nikki? Which one is that? This is a Trump mash, it says.
Yes, that is a mashup of things that Trump posted, I believe.
Oh, this is what he posted in order to get people distracted from the Epstein files. Here it is. Can I just go back? I want to do something. I'm going to go back to this first one. Can you imagine, though, if you were this woman? Look at this woman. This woman is sitting in a park, and this snake comes up to her. Now, I don't know if it's a python or cobra or whatever, but it's got like this giant head. Can you imagine just grabbing a snake like that? That is... I would just be dead right there. So this is what Donald Trump is doing in order to distract from the Epstein files. That's what he's doing. And remember, the person who's posting all this stuff is the president of the United States. It's really unbelievable, and it's quite sad. It is quite sad. Here's Donald Trump in the Oval Office trying to distract again.
Mr. President, I know you want to move past all this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your Attorney General told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the Attorney General. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier that turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist running. He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements, we've had a great gentleman. Yesterday, as you know, went on CNBC and he made the statement that Trump may go down as the greatest president of all in the United States. And instead of talking about the things we've achieved, we've had tremendous achievement. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. I'd rather talk about the success we have with the economy, the best we've ever.
That's Donald Trump continuing to talk about other things and releasing. Then the whole question is that I have been asking people here in New York and just randomly, and all they say is release the Epstein files. That's really all Donald Trump has to do is release the Epstein files. It's not, there is no other clear answer other than just Mr. Trump, release the Epstein files. Why are you going to and fro around the bridge, over the bridge, around the corner, down the street for any of this stuff? Why are you doing it if you have nothing to hide? And no one can understand it. And I don't even believe the people who support him believe it. I just think they want to support him because they feel like they have to reflexively support him. And I don't understand I'm wondering at what point. I believe that the spell is breaking, but I'm wondering at what point does the whole thing start to come down when people go behind the curtain and they realize that this is all a hoax. He's the Wizard of Oz. He's back there pulling strings and nothing is happening. So Richie Torres is a representative from here in New York City, and he was on the morning show this morning, and he was asked about why are Donald Trump's people all of a sudden freaking out about this? And why are they so nervous, and they still are trying to defend their dear leader? Here he is this morning.
How many people in your district, when you go home, walk the streets, talk to people, raise the issue of Epstein?
The majority.
Here we go. I'm going to go into it a little bit longer.
Files, and whether the who includes the president of the United States, Donald Trump. It's just a matter of transparency and accountability. And again, Donald Trump is the one who made it an issue. He ran on this issue, and we're holding him accountable for keeping his promises.
And as you know, Congressman, many of the people who were screaming into podcast microphones over the last several years about releasing the files now are in positions where they could release files, whatever those may be, the head of the FBI, the deputy head of the FBI. And they've said, nothing to see here. He died the way they said he died. And that's obviously raised the ire of supporters of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump himself trying to move past unsuccessfully, saying it's a hoax. It's Democrats who are pushing this. So why do you suspect now that they're on the inside of the government, all these Republicans are so resistant to doing the thing that they were demanding for so long?
Because Republicans are beginning to realize that there's no one in Washington, D.C. who has closer and longer ties to Jeffrey Epstein than Donald Trump. I mean, the public record is damning. You know, there's the 2002 New York Magazine profile in which Donald Trump is the only public figure who went on record acknowledging Epstein's sexual interest in young women. Mar-a-Lago was one of the recruitment sites for Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking scheme. And then for me, the most damning fact, Donald Trump made Alexander Acosta, who gave a sweetheart plea deal to Jeffrey Epstein and to all co-conspirators, his Secretary of Labor, which has jurisdiction over human trafficking. Like, all of those facts show that that there's no figure on earth who has less credibility on the subject of Jeffrey Epstein than Donald Trump.
So how do you see? That is Richie Torres, a Democrat from New York. And Richie Torres is fairly centrist and mild, so to speak. He is an establishment Democrat politician, and not like, you know, as progressive as some of the folks. So he is beloved by the establishment, not so much by the progressives. But he is saying, look, what everybody is saying, folks are starting to realize, and it is a rude awakening. And I believe that. I don't believe that you should demonize these folks. Yes, I think that they are learning that they effed up. Elections have consequences. Your thoughts and actions have consequences. But I think you should welcome these people in because the spell is breaking and you want to help them. That's how I feel about it in this moment. And people aren't stupid. They're realizing what happened. They know who Donald Trump is, especially the folks who have been on the receiving end of his ire. Women, minorities, immigrants, like this gentleman.
Release the Epstein file.
Of course. We need to know about the dude. But I don't blame Donald Trump. I blame America. The fact America voted for Donald Trump. I don't know. I mean, I will never vote a guy like that. Even if he's going to make me my 401k going to be fucking sky high tomorrow. That's BS.
I think it says a lot more about us than it does about him.
Oh, no, definitely. No question about it.
But now he's saying that Barack Obama should be prosecuted.
No, because he want to, that's him. Anytime he get caught on some bullshit, he try to, to deviate from the issue. Even if they release the Epstein file, I don't think this will affect his poll. His people will always vote for him.
Do you believe that? Do you think if they release the Epstein files that it won't affect his polling numbers? These people will always vote for him? I think this gentleman may be right. By the way, his name is Nicholas, and he is a huge fan of the program, by the way. He was like, oh, Don Lemon, I love what you're doing. I don't, he said he used to watch cable news all the time. He can't watch it anymore. But he says it's because he goes, it's just not worth it. That's him. And we'll put it up. I'll get the social team to put it up. But he said, but right now, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it because you're always outspoken and you always speak the truth, whether I agree with you or not. He goes, I don't always agree with you, but I love watching you. Keep going. He actually made me feel really good about what we're doing. And so that is an older gentleman. This is a younger person who also has some concerns and also has some ideas of how he feels about what is happening with Donald Trump and why he won't release the Epstein files.
Feel about Donald Trump's name being in the Epstein file?
Wasn't it always confirmed through like 30 years of fucking photos and shit?
You think we always...
Here we go.
How do you feel about Donald Trump's name being in the Epstein file?
Wasn't it always confirmed through like 30 years of fucking photos and shit?
You think we always knew it? You always knew?
Come on, all the photos with him at parties and whatnot, like with Jeffrey Epstein, of course.
Do you think he should pardon Ghislaine Maxwell?
Of course not, because if she was involved in that as well. If she's in prison, like, let's be real here.
Now, listen, these are not, I'm not picking these people because they look like a conservative or a Democrat. As you guys know, I go out all the time and I talk to people just randomly, no matter what city I'm in. I just happen to be in New York City. This is one of the hottest days of the year. We're talking to people, and people aren't stupid. And so the longer he holds on to these files, the more suspicious people become. And I believe it's going to start affecting, maybe not with the MAGA cult followers that he's always going to have, but I believe among right-thinking people and independent-minded, rational, moral people, they're going to say this guy should no longer be doing what he's doing. Trust. Watch.
About Donald Trump's name being in the Epstein file.
Yeah, it totally tracks. I thought it was ridiculous that they were running on it in the first place. Like, nobody thought to tell him, like, oh, yeah, when you hung out with him, it might show up. How could he not know is really what I think. Like, how could he say, I'm going to release the Epstein files knowing what he had done with Jeffrey Epstein? Most likely, based off the deposition, been with underage girls around him. To me, it just seems like he didn't even know if they existed. He just heard it as a buzzword, like on podcast, and was like, I'm going to take that and become more popular and like run off it.
Do you know what they say sometimes if you do stuff in the light of day that people can't really see it? You know what I'm saying? You do it right in front of them and they just like, oh, it can't be true because he's not trying to hide it.
Well, he's trying to hide the files. And perhaps he thought in the beginning that he could get out of this the way that he got out of everything else by saying, hey, I don't know, I have nothing to do with it, whatever. Let's just stop talking about it. And that would happen. But it did not. Now, not everybody wants to talk about it. Well, everyone wants to talk about it, but some people are nervous about speaking out these days. Much like the media. They're a bit afraid of what will happen to them at work if they do tell the truth about how they feel. That is a big concern. But first, I'm going to get a word in from our sponsors, and then we're going to hear from those people. So support for the Don Lemon Show today comes from Z-Biotics, okay? This is my go-to the night before, last night, by the way. Had a couple glasses of, you know what, vino. And so before night out, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol, the world's first genetically engineered probiotic designed by PhD scientists to help you feel your best the next day. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol creates a toxic byproduct in your gut that really makes you feel rough the next morning. So Z-Biotics creates an enzyme that breaks it down. I tried it before a dinner party. I tried it last night. I had my pre-alcohol before my first drink, and I woke up sharp and ready for the next morning. So don't waste your last summer weekends recovering. Can you believe last summer weekends? Wow. Whether you're at the beach or on a road trip, make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. So get 15% off of your first order at zbiotics.com/lemon with code LEMON, backed by a 100% money-back guarantee. That's zbiotics.com/ and use the code LEMON. zbiotics.com/lemon and use the code LEMON. Also, this is my new thing, y'all, okay? Support comes from Chef IQ. If you've ever stressed over a grill or an oven, you're constantly checking the meat, you need to check out Chef IQ Sense. It is a wireless cooking sensor. It's like a smart thermometer, but it's way more advanced. So here's what you do. You open the app, you pick what you're cooking, you choose how you would like it. Chef IQ monitors and predicts exactly when it is ready. No more guessing, no more hovering over the stove. I can relax until my phone tells me that it is perfect. So right now they're running a summer flash sale, 15% off for grilling season. So go to chefiq.com, use the promo code LEMON. That is chefiq.com, and use that promo code LEMON. So thank you today to all of our sponsors. Back out on the streets right now. Not everybody wants to talk about it. Some people, they want to talk about it, but they're afraid. Take a look at this.
Donald Trump won't release the Epstein file.
Well, actually, I'm not an American, so maybe.
No, but I mean, you still can have an opinion. Yeah. You're gonna get in trouble. This is a free country.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Wait, why is it not free? What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
Diversion, but
You think it's a diversion?
from other stuff that he's doing, very likely.
Thank you. It is. Let's see if we talk to this guy. Come on. Why won't Trump release the Epstein file?
No comment.
Why no comment?
No comment. I'm working. I gotta be official.
Do you think any of it's a diversion or deflection?
God bless USA is all I gotta say.
You don't know. What'd you say?
I don't know. God bless.
Thank you. Do you watch the show?
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much. Take it easy. See, you got to get him to talk. Why do you think Donald Trump won't release the Epstein file?
Because he's in them.
For real? For real?
Probably so, maybe so. You never know.
Oh, have you heard the whole Obama thing?
Yes.
And?
I think it's disgraceful. He's just trying to taint his image.
I think he's a little jealous, maybe a lot jealous.
A lot. Because he's Obama. You kind of look like him.
Do I look like Obama? You think I look like Obama? Yes, we can. What would you say to Trump if it's right here where I am now?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You know, my mother told me to kill him with kindness. You don't have nothing to say nice, don't say nothing at all, right?
So you don't have anything good to say. You just...
She said she had nothing good to say. I liked her. I got to tell you, though, the women are stronger than the men. The women, they will tell you exactly how they feel pretty much. And the guys are always a little bit nervous, a little bit hesitant. These are all on our social media accounts as well. Okay? Here's one more.
How are you?
What do you think of Donald Trump and the whole Epstein thing? Why isn't he releasing the file?
Why would he? Why would he? How does it benefit him? What does that do for him? That convicts him. So.
Why do you think it convicts him?
I don't know.
You think he's in there?
I didn't say that.
What you saying? What?
I'm not saying anything. I honestly, guilty. I think people were guilty.
He's now saying that, you know, Barack Obama should face some sort of consequences for 2016, and he said he has influence in the Russia hoax and all that stuff. Do you believe that, or do you think it's a deflection?
Deflection. You're evil. You're an evil person, period. So I don't believe anything that comes out your mouth for anything that he's going for. So I wouldn't trust his word when it comes to Barack Obama or anyone.
Black, white, Latino, man, woman, Republican, Democrat, they're like, Trump, release it. They don't believe him.
I can't say much on that besides, I think that people are coming together more so now than ever because of the fact that he's done a lot of things that is just like truly inhumane in regards to how he's been treating people and the politics that he's been trying to upkeep and things of that sort. So.
Very smart young lady. By the way, I startled her on the streets of New York. Okay. And people do there are survivors out there who are not necessarily survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, who also want these women to get some justice and the people who are involved to face the long arm of the law as well, whether that is Donald Trump or whomever. Okay. Here's one woman.
The Epstein files should be released.
I mean, yeah, why not? I guess the one thing that shouldn't be released is if there's anything about victims.
We're on the same page. I think the victims would like their stories told, but not their names and information. Are you surprised that Donald Trump's name is in there?
No, I think it was pretty public that they were friends. They're photographed at parties together, right? I think they were in the society pages together. They didn't seem to make a lot of effort to hide it.
But now it's a different thing. And this social media, pay a close attention to this because it's just sort of audio. I mean, it's just text and then us on the screen. But this is a distraction. This is what is happening with Donald Trump. And as I started with the Political article, that he will do anything to distract from it. Again, this is from our socials and what we found out on the streets of New York. It's true. I'll play it again. And then you look, and I will read it, what he's saying here on the thing. And this is what he's done. And so I try to give it to you guys. Everyone, release the Epstein files. Donald Trump. The commanders should go back to the Redskins. Hey, release the Epstein files. Donald Trump. I have chronic venous insufficiency. Hey, everyone, release the Epstein files, Donald. I'm suing the Wall Street Journal. Release the Epstein files, Donald. Oh, Obama should be criminally prosecuted. That's exactly what he's doing because he has no answer for it. Zero answers for it. Okay, everyone. So listen, today, I am so sorry that we had technical difficulties. We're going to have to find out what happened to Andy. So here's the question. Should Andy be in the doghouse? Should Andy get Mint Mobile? What should we do about our technical difficulties this morning and not having any interwebs service? Do you think that is a distraction from Donald Trump where we're like, release the Epstein files? And he's like, shut off Don Lemon's producer's service. So what are you guys saying no about? Okay, I guess we shouldn't put it out. Put him, Andy, in the doghouse. All right. Andy, the answer, I think, Andy, folks are saying it's Mint Mobile. No, shit happens. Okay, so listen, everyone. I don't have the website up, but here's what you guys know you can do. You can go to donlemon.com. You can find out everything that you want, like our mugs. You can get the hat that folks have been asking about. Also, there's some new stuff up on Don Lemon on the merch store. Just go to donlemon.com and click on merch. Or, oh, here it is. You can put it up. Go to donlemon.com and just click on that merch button. Does it work on this one? This is a different one than Andy does. If you click on it, yeah, there it is. And you can see the new stuff. I went on this morning. I actually ordered from my own site. I ordered the T-shirt there in the top left. The turn the TV off. Hang on, Nikki, going too fast. I think I ordered this also, the crew neck, because it's going to start getting cool on the summer nights. I got a candle. Can you go to the Old People Be Knowing? Old People Be Knowing mug sold out. I couldn't even get one for myself. I've been trying to get it. I ordered 2 popcorn things. I ordered a black fan. I ordered the crew neck of the Black Lemon Nation shirt that's at the bottom right. And I'm going to just keep going. And I also ordered, go to page 2. I ordered the blue T-shirt. I didn't get the sweatshirt yet, the hooded yet. I ordered some socks. I got the blue T-shirt that's right there. And I got 2 more hats. That hat, that light blue hat, and I got a darker blue hat. I should get a bumper sticker. I didn't get one yet. And then go to the next page. And I got the pink shirt that's right there. I also got these 2 white ones. So muscle shirt while it's still hot. And then I got that. But I wanted to see what the experience is like. And it was actually pretty easy to do it. Okay. So go to our merch store, go to donlemon.com and click on merch, or you can go to our main page on YouTube and click on store. It'll take you to store. And then there you go. And you can get some stuff. So if you go to YouTube right there and then click on store, which is right there, it will take you to the merch page. Okay. And then also check out the tickets. I told you the tickets at City Winery for August 12th at 6:30. The doors open and the show starts at 7:30. DL plus DL, episode 2. DL plus DL, anything goes, episode 2. Tickets are selling out at City Winery on August 12th. Okay. So guys, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It keeps us viable on these streets. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We are growing. Where are we now? We're at 700 and what, Nikki? I don't even know where we are.
783,000.
Wow, 783. All right, closing in on 800,000. And then we're going to close in on 1 million. Okay, so help us get there with our subscribers and then become a member, because that's what keeps us going. Okay, from your generosity, your support keeps us going here on the Don Lemon channel, the Don Lemon Show. We are not corporate. We don't have the huge corporate sponsors. And so we can bring it to you the way that we want to, independent and free from the corporate overlords. Okay. I just want to tell you something, because we always talk about hypocrisy now, and it always seems to be a Republican who's doing it. I want to play something again. These are allegations. This person has denied it. We have seen much of this before, but this is about a Texas representative, a Texas lawmaker who has fought to limit abortions, limit a woman's right to do with her body. And according to his accusers, and this report, here it is. This is from, I want you to read this and then I'm going to play it for you because I want you to hear it. Okay. Texas GOP Representative Giovanni Capriglione. If you're from Texas, you've heard this. The same man who ran through a 6-week abortion ban has been exposed as a 17-year affair, allegedly paid for multiple abortions. These aren't leaders. They're hypocrites in power. If that doesn't make you furious, you're not awake. Okay, again, these are allegations. He has denied them, but the woman who is allegedly, reportedly involved in it is also speaking out about it. Okay, so let's put up the social media report post, and then because I want you guys to hear this. Here it is.
Republican representative, yeah, he's accused of paying for a bunch of abortions, even though he wrote some of the...
Back to the beginning.
This Republican representative, yeah, he's accused of paying for a bunch of abortions, even though he wrote some of the harshest anti-abortion legislation himself. Texas State Representative Giovanni Capriglione is your typical right-wing politician. He's a married father of 3 who made his mark preaching typical conservative family values and anti-abortion rhetoric. In 2021, he wrote the Human Life Protection Trigger Ban, which went into effect after the fall of Roe, and his policies made Texas one of the strictest anti-abortion states, which contributed to the rise in pregnancy pregnancy-related complications and even deaths. But that didn't stop him from allegedly funding abortions, according to former exotic dancer Alex Grace. In an interview and on social media, Grace has admitted to having an almost 20-year-long on-off affair with Capriglione, starting when she was just 18 years old. She says the affair was marked with paranoia. They used burner phones and emails to communicate, and one time he went to great lengths to leave her money by hiding it behind a Chuck E. Cheese. In an even more disturbing video, Grace describes Capriglione wanting to ejaculate in cookies for his daughter's bake sale. But the thing that made her speak out is that according to Grace, Capriglione funded several abortions for his own personal gain, though it's unclear for who. He used his power and money to bypass the very rules he helped create for the rest of Texas. Capriglione has admitted to the affair, but he has denied all other allegations from Grace, claiming defamation. But there's no doubt about this. Because of Capriglione and men like him, women have been stripped of their bodily autonomy. But Capriglione's power and money gets him out of these risks. And this is a trend in MAGA. The very rules and standards they themselves are enforcing don't apply to those with money and power. And that's the actual deep state. That's the swamp you want to drain.
And that's the word that we want to leave you with today. Watch out for the hypocrites, including the President of the United States. Okay? You can be informed without being inundated. Do not sit in front of the TV all day or get all the alerts and or the outrage porn or whatever and just get enraged. All right? Be informed without being inundated. Choose where you get your information. I want you to read and I want you to be knowledgeable, but don't fall for the okie doke. And so until I see you back here at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Lemon Live at 5 on the Don Lemon channel, turn the TV off. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.